Without Larsson, Celtic not only struggled to compete with Rangers, but also suffered the ignominy of being eliminated from the Scottish Cup by Inverness Caledonian Thistle in February 2000.
The decision taken to terminate the contracts of John Barnes and Eric Black is in the best interests of Celtic Football Club.
On the pitch, Larsson made his comeback in a 2-0 victory over Dundee United in May that year. And against the odds, he won his race to be selected for Sweden's Euro 2000 squad.
After he broke his leg, he developed as a footballer. And when we saw him in the training camp and we played a friendly, that he was qualified.
Of course, he's a big star in all Europe, in all the world. And of course, for a Swede, to have Henrik in the national team or not, it's a big difference.
The striker returned to Celtic Park, where Martin O'Neill had assumed the manager's position, the club's fourth appointment in 3 years.
I will do everything I possibly can to bring some success here to the football.
With the famous dreadlocks now confined to a barber's bin in the city, Larsson smashed Charlie Nicholas's post-war record of 48 goals in a season. Celtic were unstoppable, winning the CIS Cup, reclaiming the SPL title and the Scottish Cup to complete the treble for the first time in 32 years.
Bounced back as if he'd never been injured, and came back strong, and he was fantastic. He's a mentally strong character. In everything he does, he's got a will to win. It doesn't matter if he's playing football or golf or pool or anything, he's determined, and he was determined to come back strong, and he did.
It's Henrik Larsson.
With 53 goals to his name that season, Larsson collected the coveted European Golden Shoe Award.
Can you believe you did that?
No, not really. You need a little bit of luck as well, and good teammates as well, so I'm pleased with that.
Even when he got the Golden Shoe for being the best scorer in Europe, people wonder who is Henrik Larsson. But you can go today, you can go around in Europe, and they know. He has told them who he is.
Henrik Larsson, Lennart Johansson, thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely fantastic achievement, which great credit to himself as well. And but I'm sure he looks probably back and that winning that thing has been a great thing in his career.
I think he was the most wanted player in Europe at a certain time. For me, it was still strange that he always stayed at Celtic. I was always hoping that a big club in Europe would buy him, but it never happened. That says enough about the player who really liked to play for Celtic.
He became the highest paid player in Scotland when Martin O'Neill rewarded him with a 1-year extension to his contract on a reputed £38,000 a week.
And into this camera, please, guys. This one here, straight ahead. Thank you.
Having made his mark domestically, O'Neill was determined to put the club back on the European map. Baldy, Hartson, Guppy and Silla were recruited in the close season. But it was Larsson who continued to grab the headlines, following victories over Ajax, Porto, Rosenborg and Juventus in O'Neill's first Champions League campaign.
He's always done it in big games, and I think that's the beauty when you're sitting in a dressing room and looking around at the other players. He's a player who you like to have in there, and you know if he's on top of his game, we've got a great chance of getting a result.
All of Scottish football used to be kind of down the wing to the touchline, whack it over and nut it in, or cause a bit of a scramble in the goalmouth and get it in there. Whereas he brought this kind of balletic, dancey, little wee tiny touches. And then woof, it was a beautiful thing to watch. And I didn't like it at first. I was a great fan of the bluter,
With Larsson's reputation enhancing rapidly, Sir Alex Ferguson tried to tempt him to Old Trafford.
Yeah, it was teams who were interested in me, yes. But I just settled in here, and I had a little rough time in Holland, and I thought that it's better to stay here with you and your family or settle in. And just get on with it. And I know it hasn't been the wrong decision.
The big clubs are even finding it difficult to keep their quality players from something like supposedly an even bigger club again coming in. But I think that there was a rapport with the fans, and I think that helped immensely. And it was a matter of trying to pay him a fair day's pay for a fair day's work.
He's idolised, really. I don't know if I can count in one hand how many players have got that at certain clubs, but he's definitely got that here.
He stayed in Celtic because he liked to play for the club. He is a Celtic man. We say that money talks louder than anything else, not always. I've got the impression that he loves to play in Celtic. He loves to live in Scotland.
After scoring 29 league goals that season, Larsson was now expected to deliver for Sweden on the world stage.
He's found Larsson. Henrik Larsson for Sweden! Henrik Larsson doing what he does best.
I think he's ranked today together with the players, the best players ever in Sweden. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's one of them. Because Sweden had many years ago Nils Lidholm, Gunnar Nordahl, Ralf Edström, Torbjörn Nilsson, Thomas Brolin. Henrik Larsson is one of them. So he's ranked absolutely in the top.
Once again, Champions League football was the promised land for Celtic. But an unexpected defeat to Basel appeared to have ended their European aspirations. Just as one European campaign died, another was born. Injury denied Larsson the chance to leave his mark on Stuttgart, but Blackburn, Celta Vigo and Liverpool all succumbed to the Celtic goalmaster. Then
there was maybe about 10 minutes left in the game.
We weren't playing that well particularly.
Suddenly a little situation developed.
When you hit the ball, you try to hit it as clean as you can.
It looked first of all as if the chance had disappeared.
The way it came off his boots, the spin seemed to take it away from the goalkeeper.
And then suddenly Henrik puts it in.
Fantastic feeling, that goal went in.
That's a massive, massive goal for the club.
I'll tell you what, it was an important one.
It's fate that really, isn't it? Henrik scoring to get into the final.
who else would score the solitary goal which propelled Celtic into their first European final in 33 years?
Is that the most important goal of your career to date, do you think?
Yeah, to date, yeah, I think so, without a doubt.
His ability to create something out of nothing, and the ability to score a goal, and when you think something's on, he'll do something different which takes people by surprise. You know, his element of surprise is fantastic.
An estimated 80,000 foot soldiers marched into Seville.
We don't have anything to prove to anybody.
Despite the heroic efforts of Larsson, his 2 goals, which put him over the 200 mark, simply weren't enough. Celtic's dreams were shattered by a Porto extra time winner.
It's not going to be very good memories now. You come this far, you only got this here in the pocket, and that's not what I came here for tonight.
Henrik took it badly. I mean, you know, looking at it, he was fantastic in the final. You know, he scored 2 fantastic goals, and yeah, that might have made it harder for him to take the most. But you know, everybody took that badly.
I thought his performance